Cooperative language learning is an idea that was developed in the United States in the 60s and 70s.
The early 20th century U.S. educator John Dewey is usually credited with promoting the idea of building cooperation in learning into regular classrooms.
Cooperative language learning is divided into theories. The theory of language that is based on 5 premises,
And the other one, the theory of learning, that is from the perspective of second language teaching, that is divided in 5 learning advantages.
The first premise says that all normal children growing up in a normal environment learn to talk. We are born to talk, and the communication is generally considered to be the primary purpose of language. The second one says that most talk speech is organized as a conversation, and the conversation is among their most significant and engrossing activities. The third one says that conversation operates according to a certain agreed upon set of cooperative rules or maxims. Premise 4 is that one learns how these cooperative maxims are realized in one's native language through casual, everyday conversational interaction. And the last one is that one learns how the maxims are realized in a second language through participation in cooperatively structured interactional activities. This involves using
The first learning advantage, increased frequency and variety of second language practice through different types of interaction. The other one gives opportunities to integrate language with content-based instructions. Opportunities to include a greater variety of curricular materials to stimulate language as well as concept learning. The last one gives opportunities for students to act as resources for each other, thus assuming a more active role in their learning.
Types of learning and teaching activities. Johnson in 1994 describes 3 types of cooperative learning groups. The first one, formal cooperative learning groups. These last from one class period to several weeks. These are established for a specific task and involve students working together to achieve shared learning goals. The second one, informal cooperative learning groups. These are ad hoc groups that last from a few minutes to class period and are used to focus student attention or to facilitate learning during direct teaching. The third one, cooperative-based groups. These are long-term, lasting for at least a year and consist of heterogeneous learning groups with stable membership whose primary purpose is to allow members to give each other the support, help, encouragement, and assistance they need to succeed academically.
Olsen and Kagan in 1992 proposed the following key elements of successful group-based learning in cooperative language. The first one is positive interdependence, that is built a spirit of mutual support within the group.
The second one is group formation, and it creates a positive interdependence.
On the other hand, individual accountability involves group and individual performance.
The next one is social skills, and it determines the way students interact with each other as teammates.
The last one, structuring and structures, refer to ways of organizing, studying, interaction.
Hey boy, make him whistle like a missile. Bomb, bomb.
For this activity, students will be divided in groups of 4 people. The idea is that the teacher is going to have a plastic bag, inside of which there will be some pictures such as objects, people, and sceneries, different sceneries. Each group has to create the beginning of a story using the pictures that they took off the bag. Each group is going to have one paper, so every group is going to start the story, but just with the first part. After this, the groups are going to exchange the papers. Then they are going to pass to the group that is next to the other. So, the next group is going to continue with the story that the last group has started. On the paper, they are going to write the second part of the story. After this, the groups are going to exchange once again the papers. When the third different group has the paper from the first group, they are going to put another part into the story. We are going to exchange the papers by the fourth time. And then the fourth group is going to give the end or the closing to the story. Finally, the papers are going to go back from their original group, the group who created or who put the beginning of the story. And they're going to have 10 minutes to get to know the story and how was the parts that the other groups gave them. And after that, the teacher is going to be in charge of choosing a random member of the group, and that person is supposed to share with the others what the story they created. A central premise of cooperative language learning is that learners develop communicative competence in a language by conversing in socially or pedagogically structured situations. Cooperative language learning advocates have proposed certain interactive structures that are considered optimal for learning the appropriate rules and practices in conversing in a new language.
Cooperative language learning also seeks to develop learners' critical thinking skills, which are seen as central to learning of any sort.